Transformation of the functional areas of organizations by information systems. Information system contains hardware, software, data, applications, communications, and most importantly, the people. It can transform the functional areas of organizations in the following ways. 1. Computers are used for almost any task, such as checking emails, electronic mails. So we check emails with it, we watch media, the bank and more, and so many activities, conversion of documents, desktop publishing, archival storage, so telecommuting, teleconferencing, video conferencing. So all these things, the various tasks we carry out in an office or in organizations, so they can easily be carried out through the help of computers. Then number 2, information is the life of organization. So in fact, without information, there's nothing the decision maker can do, because the decision maker can only make decision based on information available. Then information is the life of organization. So therefore, damaged or lost data can cause financial loss. It can cause financial loss. It can even cause a lawsuit. So it means that for the fact that information is the life of organization, and this information can easily be generated effectively with the use of computers. And any information generated through computers or through information system or information technology, we believe that the information will be very accurate. So, and when we are able to generate accurate information, then we'll be able to take effective decision. We'll be able to take effective decisions. Number 3, it helps an organization to manage and secure its critical corporate customer and employee data. So with the help of the information system, organizations will be able to manage the employees' data. They'll be able to secure the employees' data. They'll be able to secure their customers' data. So, and once the data are secure, are kept in a secure place, so it means that we can now begin to use the data, and we can now begin to process the data or manipulate the data with the help of appropriate system and convert it to information. So it means that with the help of computers or information system, the corporate information, business information, customers information, employees information can easily be kept appropriately. Then the next one is information system improves work processes. So it actually improve work processes. It also firstly or increase the speed of business activities. So then the next one is it monitors and document the operations of other systems. So information system actually monitors or supervise and also document or record the operations of other systems. So these are some of the ways whereby information system can actually transform the functional areas of organization. Now the next one is levels of information. So I want to talk about levels of information within an organization. Planning, control, and decision making is carried out at various levels within the structure of the organization. So the 3 levels at which information can be used are strategic level, tactical level, and operational level. And there is a direct correlation between the levels of importance of individuals or groups within an organization and the level of information that is being communicated. It means there must be cordial relationship or correlation among the 3 levels: the strategic level, tactical level, and the operational level. So we'll now begin to look at the levels one after the other. The strategic level. Strategic information is used at the very top level of management. At the very top level of management within an organization. So there are chief executives or directors. That is, the people at the top management level. They are chief executive officer of the company, chief executives, then company directors. Because we believe that these are decision makers. These are the set of people that actually formulate policies, they make decisions on how to direct the affairs of the organization. So strategic information is broad-based, and we use a mixture of information gathered from both internal and external sources. So, and no matter how good the executives might be, no matter how good the company directors might be, without very good information, there's no way they can make effective decision. So that is why these people, they are the people at the top level of the upper management level that make decisions, that formulate policies and direct the affairs of the organization. Now the next one is tactical level. When we talk about this tactical level, so we already know that after the strategic level, the next level is the tactical level. Is that the next level down is the tactical level, and tactical planning and decision making takes place within the guidelines set by the strategic plan. So the people at the upper the top management level, that is the executives, the directors, what they are going to do is to formulate policies, is to set up guidelines. So, and this thing will now be handed down to the tactical level. So the tactical level now begin to execute the plan or the policy formulated by the top management level. So it is used by middle management or employees when managing or planning projects. So tactical information will be mostly internal, with a few external sources being used. Internal information is likely to be functional related. For example, how much downtime a production line must allocate for planned maintenance. That is, if you want to maintain the system or you want to maintain a particular machine. So how much downtime a production line must allocate for planned maintenance. That is, maybe how many days or weeks or months are we going to use the so they can then begin to decide on how many days, weeks or months are we going to use the system before the system will be doing for maintenance, or how many units of a product are we going to produce before the system can be due for maintenance. Then at the same time, at this level, the tactical plans have a medium level. Tactical plans have a medium level. Has a medium level of detail. I will be very specific. So they deal with such matters. As who is doing what and within what specific budget and time scale. As who is doing what and within what specific budget and time scales. So the technical plans have a middle level of detail and will be very specific. So for example, now they deal with such matters as who is doing what. That is, who is the particular officer or employee that is carrying out a specific responsibility, and within what specific budget. So it means the operation you are going to carry out must be carried out within a planned budget and within a reasonable period of time. Then the next thing is operational information. The lowest level is operational And operational planning takes place based on the tactical plans. The lowest level of management or workers in an organization implement operational plans. These may be section leaders or foremen in a large organization. When we have a very big organization, we can have section leaders or we can have foremen. Or workers such as shop assistants, that is when we are trying to consider a very small organization, waiting staff and kitchen staff. For example, in smaller businesses where there is no supervisory layer. So, results of operational work will usually be passed upwards. Results of operational work will be passed upward in order to let the tactical level or tactical planners evaluate their plans. That is why at the lowest level of the management, that is operational level, whatever operation they carry out, they have to write a report and submit it to the next level, that is the upper level, which is tactical level. And you know, the tactical level will now use the result submitted to them in order to be able to know whether they are trying to execute the guide. I mean, they are trying to execute the policies or whatever the strategic level has them to execute. Whether they are able to, whether they are trying to follow the guidelines laid down by the top management level. So they at the operational level, whatever operation they carry out, they have to write a report and submit it to the tactical level. Uses of information. In various organizations, information can be used for various purposes. So the first one, and which is the most important one, is planning. Planning. Information can be used to plan. Without information, there's nothing decision makers can do. And when we now say planning, planning is the process of deciding. It is the process of deciding in advance. Is the process of deciding in advance what has to be done, and how it is to be done. How it is to be done, or how it should be done. And most importantly, planning should be based on good information, which is very, very important. Planning should be based on good information. So that is why when we look at if we look at the characteristics or features of computer, one of the features of computer is that computer produces accurate results. So it must produce accurate information. So because it is that information that will be used in order to make a decision, and we can only make effective decision when we have good information. Then the next use is the next one is control. Information can be used to control. That is, control can be defined as the monitoring and evaluation of current progress. It is the monitoring and evaluation of current progress against the steps of a predefined plan or standard. Against the steps of a predefined plan or standard. So which in that control measures actual progress against what is expected and provides information upon which remedial action can be taken if required. either to change performance in order to conform to the original plan or to modify the plan. So when we have a very good information, we'll be able to put in effect, a very good control. So there may be a situation whereby we have to modify a particular plan, or there may be a situation whereby we have to change our plan. But so all these things will now be based on our ability to monitor and evaluate the current progress as against the steps of the predefined plan or standard, which is called control. So the next one is decision making. Decision making. So decision making is the process of selecting an action. It is the process of selecting an action or actions from those possible based on the information available. From those possible based on the information available. Based on the information available. Then number 4, it helps to access the effectiveness of management policies. It helps to access the effectiveness of management policies, because when management formulates a particular policy, they will still need feedback. They will still need information in order to be able to know whether that policy is effective or not. If it is effective, they will continue with the policy. They will even improve on it. But if it is not effective, they may have to formulate another better policy. Then it also allows organizations and individuals to plan in order to operate effectively. It allows organizations and individuals to plan and operate effectively. So these are some of the uses of information. Then the next one is characteristics or features of good information. So it's one thing to generate information, it's another thing to be good, because if the information is not good, it will definitely affect the decision we want to make. So 1, it must be relevant to its purpose. The information we are going to generate, it must be relevant to the purpose we want to use it for. It must be sufficiently accurate for its purpose, that is accuracy. Then it must complete enough for the problems. That is, the information must complete. That is what we call completeness. That is, the information we are going to generate, definitely we may want to use it to solve a particular problem or to take a particular action. And if the information is not complete, there is nothing we can do. Then it must be reliable. Then it must be targeted to the right person. So, for example, the information that's supposed to be given to the production manager should not be given to maybe account manager. So it must be targeted to the right person. The another thing is that it must be generated and communicated in time. It must be generated and communicated at the right time. That is, it must be timely. And number 7, then it must be understandable to the user. It must be understandable to the user. Then number 8, it must be cost effective. It must be cost effective. That is, the money we are going to spend on the information generation must not outweigh its benefit. So if that one is done, it means it's cost effective. Then it must be presentable, perhaps by the use of charts or graphs. It must be presentable. It must be presentable. So, such as the use of charts or diagrams, the use of charts or graphs. Let's take it that way. So it's just like when a sales rep write a sales report. So it will be better if that sales rep use charts such as pie chart, histogram, graphs in order to explain its information better than writing stories which the executive will not even have time to read. Then the next one is that it must be available or accessible. It must be available or accessible. That is, the users must have access to the information. Then it must contain reasonable level of details. It must contain reasonable level of details. So these are some of the features or characteristics of good information.